One of the dangerously devastating natural disasters on Earth that every human being is so terrified and scared of when it unpredictably strikes is the earthquake. What makes it terrifying is that there's no way for us to run and hide from the very ground that we're standing on. We can probably minimally defend ourselves from possible damages around through what we have learned from our earthquake drills, the duck, cover, and hold. But the fact is that there is no way for us to escape from it. Earthquakes are caused by sudden energy releases in the crust of the earth, which results in seismic waves and ground shaking. There are millions of earthquakes every year, but only a small percentage are strong enough for us to notice, and even fewer result in damage. It is typically caused by slippage on a fault due to build-up friction between tectonic plates, but they can also be caused by volcanic eruptions or man-made explosions. This is Sam Elijah Mathayer Mihio of Grade 10 Rizal. Today, I'm going to give you the 5 most devastating, most powerful, and catastrophic earthquakes ever recorded in the history of the Earth. Top 5. 1952 Kamchatka, Russia earthquake. On November 4, 1952, a magnitude 9.0 earthquake hit the Kamchatka Peninsula in Far East Russia. The earthquake was only 30 kilometers below the surface. It generated a great destructive Pacific-wide tsunami with a wave height range of 4 to 18 meters that affected the coastal areas of Kamchatka Peninsula, Kuril Islands, and other parts of Far East Russia. The tsunami also caused severe damage in the Hawaiian Islands, Peru, Chile, in New Zealand, and even reached the coastal areas of Japan. The 9.0 earthquake triggered not just one tsunami, not 2, but 3 series of tsunamis. The second and third heat of the tsunami waves mostly created severe damage than the first one. It destroyed many structures, devastated the natural environment, and lost 10 to 15,000 lives of people. The power of this earthquake was enough to send a wave across the Pacific in less than 10 hours. Top 4. 2011 Tohoku, Japan earthquake. On March 11, 2011, a magnitude 9.0 to 9.1 earthquake struck the northern Pacific coast of Japan. The strong seismic motion caused a devastating tsunami that waves up to 40.5 meters high, which entirely desolate the coastal communities in Iwate, Miyagi, and Fukushima. It affected 602,200 residents, 15,894 casualties, 6,152 were injured, 2,562 were missing, and 200 billion US dollars worth of damage to large properties, structures, and infrastructures, according to a post-event survey published in 2015. This also caused nuclear accidents at 3 reactors in the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant complex. The disaster caused by this earthquake was given the name the Great East Japan Earthquake Disaster. 2 days before this tremendous event, March 9, a magnitude 7.3 earthquake happened as a foreshock off the coast of Sanriku. From March 11 to June 11, 5 aftershocks of magnitude 7 or higher were recorded, 82 of magnitude 6 or higher, and 506 aftershocks that were magnitude 5 or higher. As stated by the U.S. Geological Survey, the earthquake shifted the main island of Japan, Honshu, by 8 feet to the east. It's very astonishing how much damage this earthquake and tsunami caused. The land is inhospitable even now, and it will likely take decades for it to recover. Top 3. 2004 Sumatra Earthquake. On December 26, 2004, a magnitude 9.1 earthquake struck the watergrounds of west coast of northern Sumatra, Indonesia, that lasted about 500 seconds, translating into a rupture length of about 1,200 kilometers at a 30-kilometer depth. This powerful earthquake generated 100 feet high, huge tsunami waves which destroyed the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, east coast of India, South Kerala in India, Sri Lanka, and Somalia in the Indian Ocean. This was known to be one of the deadliest catastrophic earthquake ever recorded in the world history. This was the most devastating of the greatest losses of life in an earthquake that killed more than 250,000 human lives. That includes 14 countries. This powerful earthquake caused our planet to vibrate and also triggered earthquakes on the other side of the earth. Top 2. 1964 Great Alaska Earthquake. The second strongest earthquake ever witnessed on Earth happened on the 27th of March, 1964, known as the Great Alaskan Earthquake or the Good Friday Earthquake. A powerful magnitude 9.2 earthquake shook South Central Alaska. According to U.S. Geological Survey, it lasted approximately 4.5 minutes and was the most powerful recorded earthquake in U.S. history, causing massive damage to properties and landslide underneath the marine. The 27-feet tsunami which followed devastated the village of Chenega and other Alaskan coasts at about 4 minutes after the shaking, and that lost 23 lives of inhabitants. Fortunate enough to know that a large and powerful 9.2 Alaskan earthquake resulted only in 131 total casualties. Low number of deaths were recorded also due to low populated area. But though the effects of the earthquake were felt almost all over the earth, like coastal areas of Hawaii and Japan. The most devastating, the most powerful and catastrophic earthquake ever recorded on Earth happened in a sequence on May 21 to 22, 1960 in 9.5 to 9.6 magnitude. The 1960 Valdivia earthquake, or the Great Chilean Earthquake. This was an unusual type of earthquake. This was called a megathrust earthquake. This happened in an area where one tectonic plate was forced underneath another plate, causing the other to push upward vigorously. This occurred 160 kilometers off the coast of Chile, adjacent to the city of Valdivia, accompanied by tectonic displacement and measures more than 200 kilometers wide and most likely 1,000 kilometers long. There were warps near the northern end during the first earthquake, and the effect was extended after another sequence of earthquakes. On the last part, a sudden uplift of the straits of almost all parts of the continent generated the violent waves of tsunami that immediately followed the main quake. Hundreds of people were found dead before the tsunami. The tsunami traveled across the Pacific Ocean, affecting Hawaii, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, and Philippines, killing several people. 2 days after the shock, another effect of this powerful earthquake was the volcanic eruption. It was determined as a direct effect of the intense magnitude of the quake.
Nearly 5,000 are dead or missing in the disaster. Safe drinking water becomes a precious commodity for the survivors. The dangers of infection, of hunger and cold are critical for those left alive in the hardest hit cities.
Earthquakes happen almost every day of our lives, at any time, anywhere in the world. Fortunately, most of them don't have direct effects on us, but this kind of natural disaster reminds us that we, humans, can do nothing and neither have no power to control and stop it. After all, it's all in God's hands.